What is morphological method? Morphological method is a method for representing and exploring all the relationship in multidimensional problems. The word morphology means the study of shape and form. Morphological analysis also is a way of creating a new form. Why morphological method? Morphological method is very effective for solution synthesis when the morphological analysis is paired with the functional decomposition result before that we get of the design problem into a detailed structure. So the designer or team can continue with morphological analysis once they have an accurate decomposition of the problem. So the reason is, when we have finished with the functional decomposition stage, we have a list of sub-function needed for that product. So from that sub-function, we will use that sub-function, the list of sub-function, into our morphological analysis. So that's the reason why we need functional decomposition before we can start the morphological analysis if we want to do a very effective morphological analysis. You can do your morphological analysis without functional decomposition, but there will be a lack of some info that which is the info can only be obtained through the functional decomposition. And yes, of course, the info is the list of sub-function for that proposed product. There are 3 steps to produce the morphological table. The first step is to decompose the function, where the goal is to identify the sub-function as the main focus of the new design effort. So this is the reason why we need to do the functional decomposition of a product, because we need to identify what is the sub-function, because the sub-function will be used in the morphological table. So if you don't do your functional decomposition, for morphological table, you still need to do. So basically, you are advisable to do the functional decomposition first before we can do the morphological table, if we want to make our morphological table is very effective. Step number 2 is to develop option solution for each function. So the goal is to generate as many option solution as possible for each of the sub-function identified in the decomposition. Next, the last step is to combine the option solution. So the goal is to select one option solution for each sub-function and combine those as selected into a single concept. So basically, this is the step producing the morphological table. So let us see some example related to morphological table. So this is the example of morphological table for tofu maker. So as you can see, this is the layout of the morphological table. On the left side of column, there is a list of sub-function here. As you can see, there is a list of sub-function. And then on the right side, after the sub-function, we have the option solution. So the first step is to list out all the sub-function. So basically, if you have done with your functional decomposition, means that you already have the list of sub-function. So you have saved your time finding the sub-function. But if you don't want, or if you didn't make the function and decomposition, so you have to find your list of sub function. Okay, so it is advisable to do your function and decomposition first before you can start with your morphological table. And then step number 2 is to develop option solution for each sub function. For example, here is the sub function of handle, so we will develop option solution for sub function of handle. So for example, for handle, here given the first option solution is U-shaped handle, and then the second option solution is thread handle, and then for the third option solution is finger shaped handle. And then let's say we look into the subfunction of rotatory motion is, we can see the first option solution for this subfunction is pulley, and then second is gear, third is using the hand. So basically this is the step number 1, which is we list out the subfunction, and then step number 2 is to develop option solution for each of these subfunction. So the step number 3 is to combine all the option solution. So let's say you want to make the first concept, so let's say we combine the first concept of maybe the first option solution, so we combine all this one, so it will become the first concept. And then let's say we combine all this option solution, it will become our second concept. And then if we combine all this option solution number 3, so when we combine this one into the sketches or diagram of a product, it will become concept number 3. Or if you want to select, let's say option number 1 for subfunction number 1 is option 1, and then for subfunction number 2 is option 3, so you combine 3. And then for subfunction of power source, you maybe you want to select option number 2, so you select. So you can select which option solution that you want for each subfunction, and then you can generate your own concept. So this is the example of kayak carrier also. So the configuration is also the same, where on the left column it has the subfunction, list of subfunction. It has the kayak stand, rear tire, front tire, chassis connector, and then bicycle connector. And then on the right side column, it has the option solution. So let's say for kayak stand, option solution given is rectangular bar, semicircle, or V bar. So let's say you have finished with your table here like this one, and then you want to produce your concept. So maybe you can select option solution for each subfunction. Okay, so it will become like this one. It has 3 option. Okay, it has 3 concept. So these 3 concept, the first concept, second concept, and third concept, comes from this morphological table. Let's say you want to do the first concept is this for this let's say we choose this column all, it will become, when you combine this option solution, it will become a concept. And then you combine this one, it will become second concept. And then if you combine all this option solution, it will become the third concept. Or you can select which option solution that you prefer for each subfunction. Let's say you want to do zigzag, or let's say for kayak stand you want to choose number 2, for rear tire you choose number 3, and then for front tire you choose number 1, let's say, and then for chassis you choose number 2. and then when you combine, you will get your concept. So that's basically the way how we generate concept from the morphological table. So that's all for model number 3. Thank you for watching and see you in model number 4. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera.